Hello, Julian Northbrook here from doingenglish.com, taking a quick break from my daily run. This is something I've talked about before on this channel, but I think it's important enough that it warrants a second video, a second discussion, or another video, another discussion. Right now I'm putting together my PhD thesis. I mean, it's basically written. I'm really just going through, organising the parts, chopping up, cutting, pasting, rearranging, polishing, all that good stuff. And as a part of this, I do, of course, well I say of course, if you're in the world of academia, you'll know, of course, I have to do a literature review. And for me at least, well, I mean, I won't say it's the most important part. Like doing my own research was like so I won't say it's the most interesting part, because doing my own research was obviously the most interesting part. But for me at least, doing the literature review is a fascinating process, because I'm digging into research that has been done in the field of second language acquisition decades ago. And although, of course, our understanding of how language works has improved significantly over that time, and the more recent research has become more detailed, more granular, and is more focused on things that we now understand really well, much of what was done in the early days was getting it right. Language is what we call usage-based, meaning it is something that happens, develops in reaction to usage. It's not rule-based, it's not syntactically driven like we used to think. Learning a second language is not a case of studying a load of grammar rules, memorizing some words, and then somehow magically being able to combine those into like sentences. Not only is the learning process fundamentally different to that, but how the language that we have in our mind actually functions, and how we actually process that and use that and actually construct our conversations, sentences, larger stretches of discourse. That's not how native speakers do it, and it's not how highly proficient non-native speakers do it either. We are not using grammar rules, we are not using words, we are not computing those in memory and creating language like that, like we used to think. And research is going back decades that shows us this, that's been proposing this, doing experiments which show this to be true. And yet, what are we still doing in the classroom? What are schools still doing? What are teachers still teaching their students? More grammar rules. Memorize more vocabulary. And the point is academia and real life, real practical learning application of what we know to be highly effective for learning second languages, there's very little communication between them. Teachers tend to see academics as these up-themselves people living in their ivory tower, doing something theoretical with no real practical application. And academics, for the most part, really are just looking at teachers as the bottom tier people. And really, although they say are doing what they do because they want to improve, well, many of them are doing what they do because they want to improve the state of education in general, because they've reached that other place, the world of academia. Well, the conversations that they have and the research that they do only really gets communicated with other researchers. It kind of stays in academic circles via the medium of academic conferences, research journals, and never filters down to like real education, real schools, real classrooms, real students, people just like you. And of course, there's the very real reality that they're playing the academic publishing game. They're too busy getting their research published in academic journals, playing the game, because it's the only way that they can survive in academia. They're too busy with that to take what they're doing and reapply it to the real world. This is something that I've made it my mission to do, to take one and translate it over to the other, to bridge the gap between the research that I'm doing and the research that I'm exploring as a part of the PhD process, and retranslate that, reuse that, filter that through to people like you, so that you can actually make the best of it, make the best of what we know works, best practices, and become someone who is able to make use of this rich literature bank of knowledge that we've built over the last several decades and do something amazing with it. Or rather, I should say, use it to do something amazing with your English. Anyway, I really should be getting back to my run. This then is me, Julian Northbrook, signing out from this video. It's not the loveliest of days, it's got to be said, but it's pleasant enough that I've been writing all day and I needed a nice walk. This is me, Julian Northbrook, signing out from this video. Head over to doingenglish.com, sign up for my free daily emails. Every single day you're going to get an email directly from yours truly, dedicated to the... can't talk. My God, I should just give up, shouldn't I? Dedicated to the topic of speaking extraordinary English. Doingenglish.com. See you on the other side, and bye-bye.